Amy Dowden shows me a small plastic IKEA bag filled with dark, fine hair. It is hers, or at least, what she had left on her head before she shaved it a fortnight ago. She admits she had forgotten it was buried deep in her bag, discovering it when she retrieved her makeup before our meeting. Her hairdresser suggested she keep it, but she's not really sure why and doesn't want to dwell on it. "Maybe I'll chuck it away when we do the Ring the Bell party," says the Strictly Come Dancing pro, mentioning her plan for the end of chemotherapy treatment, when she will fulfill the tradition of ringing the bell in a hospital ward. That should hopefully, without setbacks, be in early November. When we met last week, Amy was about to have cycle 5 of 8. Hair loss was what she dreaded most about chemotherapy when she was old. Following a mastectomy in June, they had found more tumors and she would definitely need it. After being diagnosed with grade 3 aggressive breast cancer just 4 weeks previously, just before her honeymoon with fellow dancer Ben Jones, she had convinced herself she wouldn't. She was initially reluctant to have it, and yesterday in the Mirror spoke of the life-threatening side effects she suffered after her first 2 cycles. Yet losing her hair has remained the most distressing part. It has felt like losing herself. The Welsh, Latin and ballroom champion, 33, explains it started to go 7 days in. "I woke up one morning with quite a lot on the pillow, then I brushed it and quite a lot came out. I was traumatized, crying," she admits. "I would only brush my hair once a day, but I would dread that brush. My husband would brush it for me so I wouldn't see. Then it started going from on top. Ben would hear me crying most nights and come and comfort me. It was upsetting him as well. He hated brushing it. I would dread waking up in the morning, seeing what was on the pillow. It would be in your mouth, a trail being left. It was so distressing. So I saved myself the heartache and took control." That was the decision to shave her head. For a while she couldn't face it, but just before the Strictly launch show she made the decision, quickly messaging friends and family to invite them for a get-together the next day. Assembled around her, they took it in turns with the razor. In a powerful video posted online you initially see Amy's deep distress, but quickly she looks more certain. She recalls, "We had good music on and were trying to focus on that, rise up, don't stop believing, the climb, the whole room trying to lift themselves. At the beginning, I was emotional but it was a really lovely day. It was tough, but I felt empowered. This too will pass, in a couple of months my hair will start to grow back. I'm not the only person going through this. And there is nothing wrong with a shaved head, you can be beautiful and bald." The group even did a short dance routine before and afterwards, Amy's dad the breakout star. "That was Strictly pro dancer Diane Boswell's idea. We had cake and non-alcoholic Prosecco," smiles Amy. "I slept really well afterwards." Diane watched some of the gathering on FaceTime. Amy also video called close Strictly friends, Katya Jones and Carlos Gu. Amy used to compete against Carlos, and during the live shows he's been making secret hand signals to reassure Amy he's thinking of her, she confides with a giggle. "Carlos was crying when I showed him, he wants to shave his head, too," she says. "He's adamant, and that he's getting a tattoo, a breast cancer one, but I've told him he's not allowed to shave his head, he's on Strictly." Amy's acceptance of her new appearance is clear, but of course it's still a strange feeling. She will go without her headscarf around Ben, He keeps telling me I look beautiful, but otherwise covers up. She leaves the room to change scarves between for our photographer, and she is excited about the arrival of 2 specially made wigs. Carlos's Strictly partner, TV presenter Angela Scanlon, has a friend with alopecia who makes wigs, and sensitively suggested Amy might like to visit her. Amy went with her twin sister. It was actually a really fun experience, she says. I tried on a grey one so I know what I'll look like: grey bobs, fringes, long, outrageous ones. I have ordered 2, one is typical Amy, and the other people will have to wait and see. She won't show me a photo. It's like my wedding dress all over again, she smiles. It's a different length and color. It's something I'd never have thought I'd go for. My sister said you have to, and then I FaceTimed Diane and she said you gotta do it, and Katya said you need to get this one. After much cajoling, she will concede there are no similarities to Diane's trademark red hair. The Strictly team has also got her an amazing wig waiting, along with a rail of clothes. She managed to attend the National Television Awards in it, and it's there for whenever she is well enough to join a live show. That almost happened on week 1, but Amy felt too unwell. I'm not getting my hopes up. If I'm well enough for something I will go, she says. There is no pressure from Strictly. Amy hasn't been able to dance properly since her mastectomy, so is reluctant to even think a Strictly routine would be possible this year. When I ask if she's been able to practice even the tiniest bit, she says no blankly. It's clearly devastating. I am missing everything: dancing, teaching, choreographing, performing, she says. My body is changing, I have put on weight, I'm not using the muscles I would normally be using. Watching the show she adores from her sofa is painful. I cried when they walked down the stairs, she says of the first live show. But she becomes animated when she discusses the dances. Her passion is undented, and now she has met the celebs, she raves about them all. They're all wonderful, she says. Adam, Thomas, is great. He has a friend I have been speaking to online who is my age and is going through this too. Bobby Brazier is a sweetheart, he is just so himself, he is genuinely lovely. Leigh, Dennis, and his wife were so kind. His wife wrapped her arms around me. Nigel Harman says the show's not the same without me. He was amazing, I could tell in the opening group number he had musicality. And despite herself, there's still just a glimmer of hope in Amy for a turn on the ballroom floor. I imagine it would be something quite graceful. I can't imagine a hard-hitting jive or a samba, she says. I silently imagine she has a routine worked out. Cancer has thrown the book at Amy, but it is clear very little stops her. Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.
Just need